everyone, and welcome to my Bubbies kitchen. We call it my Bubbies kitchen because my grandbabies, Lukey, Zachy, Aiden, and Leo, come here to eat all their favorite foods. And today, we're making a terrific fall menu. Pork tenderloin with roasted apples and onions. Ingredients for our pork tenderloin. We've got Fuji apples and Granny Smith apples, raw garlic, onions. We use some butter at the end. We've got our 2 1-pound pork tenderloins, some balsamic vinegar, olive oil, salt, pepper, thyme, and garlic powder. So pork tenderloin doesn't cook very long, and it's a fairly lean piece of meat. So what we want to do is we want to put it into a marinade. And in order to make sure that all the juices of the marinade get inside the pork, I like to just poke the pork with my knife. Make some holes, just so that I know my marinade went all the way into the pork. Okay. I don't usually measure, but I want to make sure I get a goodly amount of spice. So that's about 1.5 tablespoons of thyme. Same amount of garlic powder. Pepper. Nice amount of salt. Some olive oil. And some balsamic vinegar. Maybe a little more than 1/4 cup. And I'm actually going to add just a little bit of raw garlic to the marinade. I like raw garlic and garlic powder. It's not garlic salt, so I like to regulate the salt myself. Nice massage. I know it's easier for cleanup if you put these into a plastic bag, but the less you have to use plastic, the better for the environment. It's not only my sons now that I worry about, but my grandbabies. So use less plastic. And try not to use paper towels either. You just take your dish towels, throw them right into any wash that you're doing, because they're not like regular towels. They don't throw lint. So, I'm gonna wipe my hands. I'm gonna get this into the refrigerator for at least a half an hour. You can put it in for a couple of hours, that would be even better, but you want it in there at least a half an hour. Okay. Right into the fridge. And now, I'm gonna cut up the rest of my ingredients to make this pork delicious. So I already cut 1 Fuji and 1 Granny Smith. I'm gonna do 1 more Granny Smith. I leave the skin on. Core it. Here we go. I did put some lemon on these pieces of apple that I cut before because I didn't want them to turn brown. So there'll be a little extra flavor from the lemon. I just quarter them, cut them in half, and then cut the halves in half. Then they're all about the same size. I love apples and onions with pork. Match made in heaven. I have 1 onion, 1 more. I'm only going to use the butter at the end to make the sauce a little glossy, a little richer. I do everything for Rich. Make it a little richer, right, Rich?
Absolutely. And I deserve every bit of it.
He's laughing at that, ladies and gentlemen. Chop up my garlic. Wait a half hour for my pork tenderloin to marinate, and we'll be right back. Our pork loins were in the refrigerator for a half hour. I did turn them over a couple of times. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna sear them in my favorite Florida pan. Little olive oil to help them brown. Nice hot pan. There's that sizzle. I'm going to save those juices. I'm not going to get rid of them. This marinade smells so good while it's cooking. You're not trying to cook them at this point because you're going to put it in the oven. You just want to sear it. Searing the meat always gives it a little extra flavor. Try to get all four sides. Couple more minutes. Nice sear on the pork. So I'm going to take it out and put it on this plate. Get my apples into the pan. Oh boy, that's hot. I want to coat the apples in all of this porky marinade goodness. And I'm going to let them cook for about 5 minutes. Nice and caramelized. I'm going to get my onions in there now. Some of the apples are blacker than others, or browner than others. They look great. This is a great dish for company, just a weekend meal. Few steps. They're all worth it. Get my onions in. I'm going to salt my onions. I'm going to put the rest of the marinade in. I don't want to waste any of this. And I'll see you when my onions are brown. My onions are brown, so I'm going to add my garlic. About 2 tablespoons of butter. Just to make my sauce really rich and luscious, a little glossy. I'm going to cook everything right in this pan. I have the oven set for 400 degrees, and I'm going to cook the pork to 145 degrees. You don't really want to overcook your pork. I think that'll take 15 to 20 minutes. In 15 minutes, I will take the temperature, see where I'm at. If I need more time, I'll give it more time. If not, we'll be good to go. Add the apples back in. And pork. right in the oven. See you in 20 minutes. It's been 8 minutes. Started cutting my pork loin. This is certainly enough meat for a family of 4. Not too much juice on my board, so we certainly waited the right amount of time. The pork is a little pink, so we know it's cooked just right. I like the end. Take a couple of end pieces. My apples have not fallen apart completely. They still have a little texture, but the onions are nice and caramelized and mushy. Delicious. It looks delicious. Let's see how it tastes. I want to make the perfect bite. Porky goodness. Right there. You'll love this one.